So I got asked by a bunch of people to show false reap. False reap, it's complicated, okay? And you need knee bar skills and you need 50-50 skills to use it completely. But I'm gonna show you a variation where we only use saddle. That being said, you might not hit it every time if you don't know how to use heel hooks from 50-50. Heel hooks from 50-50 are very different than from saddle. But what we're gonna do looks like this. Okay, so saddle, the reason we need knee bar and 50-50 skills is it takes us to the backside. So, and like I mentioned earlier, saddle is very weak on the backside. So, what we're going to do, we're going to put a reverse de la Riva hook on, and we're going to bring our toe line to the hip. I take a grip on the calf just before I put my hook on. I'm going to start bringing his weight onto the outside leg. From here I could go, but I like to set it up by stepping on his hip, elevating my hips and blocking. This causes him to step back and put all his weight on this leg. Can you keep your weight on that leg for me, just because I'm going to go through this slow-mo? Thank you. From here, I'm going to hit a back heel. You see how that starts? I can use it like a pendulum to lean forward. As I lean forward, my hip comes off the mat and I hook across. I'm extending into the floor as if I'm using a butterfly sweep. Okay, I'm kicking. This is how I'm achieving my angle. My hip comes off the floor. Now, we can keep one grip. My preference is to connect my hands and crunch the knee into my chest. We can do it with one hand, but in either case, guys, I'm bringing my head out the backside. My hand can come in. I'm going to pull his foot inside. Okay? Now, if we use saddle on the backside, you must use this orientation. Okay? This acts like a knee shield. I can push him away. Any other orientation, he will crush me. I have no ability to push into him. Okay? So if we're going to use saddle, I need his hip, and I push my knee forward. From here, guys, we can take our shoulder to the mat. The conventional wisdom is that you cannot use saddle to finish from the backside. I have finishes at the black belt level with saddle from the backside. Because I use this orientation, I can push into him with my knee. I can stop him from coming on top of me with my knee. Alternatively, we take a figure 4 and bring our shoelaces to the oblique. Not to the back, to the oblique. This puts a lot of torque on his leg and I can chop him back to the front side. Okay, those are going to be our two finishing options. If you want to finish on the back side, we use that cross butt orientation and we push our knee shield into him and bring our shoulder to the floor. Otherwise, we lock a figure 4 and our shoelaces grip the oblique. One more time. I've got the heel control. I've got a deep calf grip. And by the way, guys, this works especially well on someone who doesn't want to engage with you. If he's standing up straight, trying to lean back, I can stay connected this way. I bring a foot to the hip. I put on a reverse de la Riva hook. Now here, I don't need to weight this leg. It's already weighted. I'm going to lift. I'm going to block. He avoids the trip. I take a back heel and I step into my toe line. Okay, I'm pulling on his knee. I'm on my shoulders. I'm reaching in and getting this grip nice and deep. This foot's on the floor. I'm extending. If I do it right, this foot can come through. If this foot doesn't come through, my head comes out the backside. My secondary hand pulls on the foot. And from here, guys, immediately, I take my shoelaces to his TFL, to his hip here, and I expose the heel. This grip stays on until I expose the heel. This will keep his leg bent. This allows me, have him push into me, to stop him from pushing into me. I take a deep grip, I align my shoulders, and I bring my top shoulder to the floor. Guys, do not backstep if your opponent's shoulder is ahead of the top shoulder is ahead of the bottom. Right? If I go here, Adam, do you feel like you want a back step?
No.
The problem with backside finishing in training, if I suddenly go to bring my shoulder forward, here he's safe to back step. But if I suddenly bring my shoulder forward as he back steps, his leg will break. When we're training, I anticipate the back step. I let him back step. I follow him to the front side. This is how you're gonna have training partners to work heel hooks with, right? If you're just ripping it on the back side, you're not gonna have training partners for a very long time. From here, we finish front side. Alternatively, put me on the back side again, please. Alternatively, we get here. I take a figure four. My shoelaces grab the oblique. I'm exposing the heel. You can turn. Okay. There you go. And I bring him to the floor. This is a great way to keep the knee bent. I get a strong single hand bite on the heel. I can retract, make whatever connection you're comfortable with. And from here, we're on the inside. The toes come down, the heel comes up, the hips are off the floor. Up and over, toes down, heel up.
Can we see that sequence, but if you guys rotate 180? Just
sure.
To see the hand controls on the knee.
Yep. Guys, this one is pretty advanced. Uke, behaving the exact way as you watch Adam behave. If you behave in other ways, it's going to require transition skills into 50-50, into back and other backside orientations. We don't have time for all that. Today we're just focused on saddle. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.